sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. Goodfella Sports TV and Dan Rayfield and ESPN are saying that Premier Boxing Champions is thinking about doing Robert Fisher Jr. and Chris Algieri at 140. If you didn't know, Chris Algieri made 3 fights, 3 consecutive victories after losing to Earl Spence in 2016. So he's been on a comeback. He recently just retired United Kingdom fighter Tommy Coyle. As you know, Robert Fisher Jr. moved up and just had a tough fight with Granados and beat him. Before that, he had a draw with Rancis, and before that, he had his first loss at 135 pounds to Mikey Garcia. So let's talk a little bit about the pending matchup that could be coming. Chris Algieri versus Robert Fisher Jr. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support for real. Yeah, man, it's kind of a good fight to me for Robert Fisher Jr. I'm a huge Robert Fisher Jr. fan, but on my channel I gotta keep it 100, and it's a good fight. You know, 2 tall, 140 pounders. You know, they said Algieri has been fading down the stretch of his fights at 140 for a guy that specializes in nutrition. You would think he wouldn't have that problem. Remember, he missed weight for the Pacquiao fight. Remember, they had a catch weight, I think, of 144, and he missed weight. So I don't know if his dietary plan is not working, or his discipline not there, or he just fighting at a weight class that his body is not supposed to be competing at. But he get Danny Jacobs on the button when he worked with Danny Jacobs. But he 5'10", 72-inch arms. Easter's about an inch taller with 4-inch reach advantage at 76. And like I said, I'm interested. I'm always interested when the people from my area fight. And I consider the area Ohio, Indiana, the whole Midwest. Any of them dudes, you know, Nebraska, St. Louis, you know, you go all the way up to Minnesota, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm just so happy to see a lot of them dudes get these opportunities, because it used to be a hotbed here, from Sugar Ray Robinson, Floyd Mayweather, Aaron Pryor, you name it. So I'm always rooting for these regional guys. Toledo, where Robert from Detroit, so I drive there all the time. It's not far, or used to. And but Algieri is a good opponent to put in front of him. A guy that can't punch, but a guy that's rangy. But I will say Robert Fisher Jr. need to switch it up in his corner. In those father-son relationships, that's tough to do that though. He need to go with somebody that specializes in knowing how to make him use his reach. Emmanuel Stewart would have loved Robert Fisher Jr. as a fighter. He would have been fighting completely different, but I feel that he stagnated working with his father. And I think he should just make his father his manager. You know what I'm saying? Just make your father your manager, and you might want to take Floyd Mayweather Jr. off on his offer, because he said he could show Robert how to really utilize his skills. If not, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good coaches out there. You know, Sugar Hill, if you want to stay in the area, go up to Detroit, train with him. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of good trainers out here, you know. Buddy McGurf, you name them, you know, who can help you out. Ronnie Shields, he deal with taller fighters. Obviously, he got FN Jabway, Jamal Charlo big for the division. He can get you right. So I think he just need to get away, you know, and go train with somebody that can bring something new to his camp. Now, it may take 2 or 3 tune-up type of fights to get him where he need to be at, but he just got too much natural athleticism to let it just pass him by. He too good, man. His hand speed, you know, footwork good. Somebody just got to get him fight behind his height and his speed. And I believe he could punch harder than what he indicated if he, you know, sit down and learn how to throw his shots. But Algieri is always a tough opponent. I remember he beat Emmanuel Taylor to get the right to go to HBO and fight Provodnikov. And he tough. He a big 140 pounder if he can make it. Real rangy. Use a lot of angles. It won't be like a Rancis fight, because he doesn't have that awkwardness, slickness. You know, Algieri is a good fighter, fight on his toes, fight behind his height, fight behind his speed. He knows his limitations. He know he's not a big puncher, but he know how to roll with the shots, and he always in action-packed fights too. You know, Algieri not gonna mail it in. So for Robert Fisher Jr., it's a good fight. It's a fight to build towards a title fight, because some of them belts may be getting dispersed. Taylor and Ramirez unify next year, you know, this year, and then Robert can put himself in the fighting for a belt. But I think Robert Fisher Jr. is the better fighter at this point. But they saying Algieri is fading, you know, late in fights. You know, and if you fading late in fights, then, Robert Jr. need to take note of that, man, and drop that jab to the pit of the stomach. Maybe a little bit more body work, but this got the makings to be a good fight because Algieri don't back down and Robert looked to mix it up. So it ain't gonna be a point where Robert can't find the target with Rancis and Rancis hold, and it's just a nasty, ugly fight. Algieri gonna sit there and he gonna try to bang Robert out, and Robert gonna try to bang his dome in. So like I said, man, it's gonna be a real good fight. This ain't a fight I'm opposed to. If this is a FS1 or a Fox undercard fight or on the pay-per-view undercard, I definitely gonna tune in because I like Robert Jr. I like Chris Algieri since he beat Emmanuel Taylor, Provodnikov. I've been paying attention to him, but like I said before, Algieri got to figure out that stamina situation because Easter always in good shape. You know what I'm saying? Only time Easter I really was really disappointed Easter when he survived versus Mikey after getting hit with that power jab and then getting dropped. He just survived for the fight, but he didn't know how to really utilize the tools that he got. And he still don't. He getting by versus guys like Granados on natural talent. That's what it is. It's natural talent. And it's hard to tell a father in the corner that you hurting your son and you not, he need to do something different. He need to go somebody with a little bit more experience. And it's tough to do that, man. You see that time and time again. And a lot of people say that about Sean Porter. Carcino said that about Sean Porter. Like Kenny Porter's studying his growth because there's no improvement there. And if Sean had another coach, maybe Sean would be a little bit better. Now that's his opinion, but it's out there. A lot of people believe the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If some of these dudes had different coaches, I think you'll get different results. And I think Robert Jr. would benefit from going to a different coach. Just getting away from his daddy. Let his daddy handle the management thing. His daddy still get paid. Let him go somewhere and go to a different camp and get around some different people and learn the box. Learn to do some things that he's not doing the right way. Learn how to keep dudes off balance and, throw 3 or 4 shots, miss the hard shots in, throw the jab out a little bit different. He just got too many physical tools, man, to not be a pound for pound fighter. I mean, that dude is like a physically talented. Too physically talented. Hand speed, foot speed, height, reach. He can punch. He can punch harder than he indicates. Seem to have a good jaw. But like I said, if I had to favor somebody, I'm a favorite Robert. More active fighter. You know what I'm saying? Overall, he didn't take a layoff off. But Algieri gonna be tough. He gonna be tough. He gonna get Robert some looks that, Robert ain't seen. And Robert don't fight too many guys this tall. But once again, this dude ain't Rancis. Rancis ain't no loopy shot fighter. He just a whole different type of slick than Algieri. Algieri is a slick guy that's looking to really land, and he not loopy. His shots are textbook. So I expect Robert to look a lot better than he did versus Rancis. But it's always tough fighting a guy that's your height when you big for the weight classes you've been fighting at. When you fight a guy that's eye level, it's big. But this dude got a 76-inch reach, and so does Maurice Hooker got a longer reach. And they just don't know how to keep dudes at the end of their punches and control distance. And that's one of the hardest things to do is to control your distance at range. Keep a dude from afar at the end of your punches. If he was able to keep dudes at the end of his punches, it'll be over with. I mean, even the John David Jackson would be good for him. You know what I'm saying? Brother Nas, to show him how to keep the guys at the end of his punches like John David Jackson and Don Turner had Kovalev. That's all he need. And Robert Jr. got a way better hook than Kovalev. If he can keep dudes at the end of his punches like Kovalev and just do what Kovalev do, he go a long way. Now, I know he don't got Kovalev type of power, but he got a little bit more athleticism. He got natural slickness that Kovalev don't got. If they show him how to fight like Kovalev and, just be a 1-2 guy, but he got a really good left hook, you know what I'm saying, and kind of drop the jab to the stomach, Robert Jr. be a bad boy. That's a lot of untapped potential there. But it's an epidemic in boxing. It's daddies that don't want to really kind of get out the way, and they know their son not progressing the way they should be, and they just can't admit it. Well, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna just say he need to get away from his daddy completely. Not in Kevin Cunningham. Was his daddy still there working the corner? No, he need to get away and let somebody else tutor him and get him right. But that's my opinion. I'll link the article from ESPN in the description so you can check it out. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request, want to make a donation to the channel, that link's in the description. Let me know what you think about Algieri Robinson Jr. coming soon, if everything, materialize. But I do appreciate everybody. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. And let me know how you feel in the comment section, who you picking to win the fight. We gone.